We're in front of the home of Jennifer and Gregg Dunsford, who have agreed to give me, Queens Dude, an exclusive interview on this, their move-out day. Their home is on 85th Road in the Palm Beach County community known as the Acreage. Their son Garrett's brain tumor, diagnosed last year and successfully removed, was caused, the Dunsfords believe, by some environmental agent in either their well water, the air, or the soil beneath them. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Fred.
Today's move-out day for your family. Can you tell us why you are leaving the Acreage?
We're leaving the Acreage for many reasons. We've actually tried for about the last 6 years to move out, but we always hit a roadblock. And we really began pursuing moving again over the summer, with all this happening and everything. And we're moving out for a couple of reasons. We're going to be transferring Garrett up to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. My husband got a job, and it's a good time to leave if you can and you want to, and which is what we've decided to do.
Okay. How much of your decision to leave your home for the last 6.5 years was caused by negative feelings of your neighbors?
Really not that much. I mean, has it impacted us, the negativity? Yes. It hurts your feelings, of course. We started this never meaning to hurt anyone, just wanting some answers. But it doesn't play a huge role in why we're leaving. We are moving out of state. We're moving to Tennessee.
The old song from the 1950s, Davy Crockett, referred to Tennessee as the greenest state in the land of the free. Back then, green meant something different than what it means today. Have you checked out the environmental greenness of your new home?
The home that we're moving up to, we're only going to be renting for about 15 months. And what we did was we made sure it was on city water, and we spoke with the landlord and wanted to see all her, current home inspections and all that stuff. We took a look at the kids' schools and made sure that, we had adequate everything that we needed up there as far as health care and stuff like that. That's all we've done so far, but when we move again up there to a permanent home, we will definitely do our due diligence and check out our environment very, very thoroughly.
How many of your neighbors have left or are planning to leave the Acreage since it was declared a cancer cluster?
None of my immediate neighbors on my block have left, but I know several of the families, either adults with tumors or children, or the families of the children with tumors. A couple have moved out, and a few of them are working on moving out.
What about the house? It and the other homes here are virtually unsaleable since the media began covering this unexplainable spike in the number of pediatric and adult cancers.
Yes. We have been in constant communication with our bank and our mortgage holder. We lost all of our equity in our home in the economic downturn. So we had no option but to put it on the market as a short sale. And that is working with our bank. That's what our bank wants to do. It's going to be on the market for at least 90 days. And then it's going to be pulled off, and we're going to proceed with the bank's approval for a deed in lieu of foreclosure.
Gregg indicated on the Dr. Oz appearance that the decision to protect human lives over property values was not taken lightly. Can you elaborate on the process that led you to go public?
It began a long time ago in 2008 with Garrett's diagnosis, and then in April another young lady being diagnosed, and then being at the hospital in February with the DiCarlo family. And then having another family diagnosed in December of 2008. Those were the four families that really, I took all their information down to my neurosurgeon, and I presented him with the information, and addresses and kind of where we all lived in respect to one another. And he is the one I said, what do I do? How do I proceed? What are my options? And he's the one that prompted me to request Florida Department of Health to do an epidemiology study. And that's what I did. For the most part, I've gotten a lot of support, from families that just say, I don't have a sick child. I don't even know anyone with cancer, but you forced us to look at our water system, and we realized we've got something wrong. It wasn't functioning properly, and thank you for that. But on the flip side, there are people who have invested their whole lives into their home. So, I really, it never was our intention to, reduce the value of anyone's home. I mean, our home, this is our dream home that we are virtually walking away from. But, with this whole process, my goal is to really get results so that we can, remediate, so that we can restore. That's my philosophy all along. Results, remediate, restore. And so we can bring the community back into the beautiful place. It's still beautiful, but just, get it back to where it was before, even better.
Having experienced the negativity from some of your neighbors, how convinced are you that you made the right decision to come forward?
I'm still convinced we made the right decision to come forward, and there's going to be negativity no matter what we do. There's been many people who have commented that, well, they're still here, so it must not be so bad. There must not be something wrong because these families are still here and they haven't moved out. Well, those same people will now turn it and say, oh, look they've left the acreage and they've abandoned this cause. We're on our own, and that's simply not true. I feel very comfortable with the fact that we came forward. Did it go smoothly? Is there regrets? Of course there's regrets. But I think in all, what we did was right, and we're going to see it through, even though we're in Tennessee.
Tell us about the website that you created, the acreagecancerstudy.com. I understand that your youngest sister, Tricia, is the webmaster for the site.
Yes, the site belongs to us. We paid, to have the site. It really stemmed from a lot of community, folks in the community just asking, well, do you have a website? Do you have a website? Can I get this information off the website? And that's really why and how it started. She is the administrator, and I don't do anything on the website except for I'm a moderator. And I comment. If I comment, it's Jen D. You'll see me. That's the only name I comment under. So yeah, it's her baby, and she is very protective of it. But we really tried. We've opened it all up. We've really tried to let many opinions be heard, in a respectful way, and let it be a real resource. I mean, it has a lot of information on there. Facts, statistics, all the media, links, articles. Contact information. It really is a good source to go to.
Is there any advice that you have to anyone that suspects that their environment is dangerous or unhealthful? My advice, if you suspect or have suspicions, is talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to people in the community, and start writing it down and start putting it in a database. That's exactly what I did. And that way, and speak to a doctor, someone who knows, about whatever ailment is in your neighborhood. And really, that's what your Department of Health is for. You can contact them. I know they get a lot of requests a year, and so and unfortunately it's up to residents to report that information.
But that's one of the things that they're there for, is to get out there and investigate those claims.
Are you planning to remain active in the fight for the truth behind the Acreage cancer cluster?
Absolutely. Even though we'll be up there, we've got many tools to keep plugged in here. And we've also got some other families that are going to be stepping forward and taking more of a leadership role out here and letting their voices be heard. And we'll be coming back and forth. So we're up there, but we're not out of it. We will see it through.
Are there any people in particular that you'd like to take this opportunity to thank or acknowledge?
I really want to thank the families, specifically DiCarlo's, Newfields, Samarippas. It's people like that I didn't know a year ago, and now we consider ourselves to be family. And not only that, but we've gotten a lot of, just being together is therapeutic, and talking about what we've gone through and everything. But all the families, I mean, we're friends with several adults with brain tumors, and I just, we're not abandoning you. We're trying to get word out about the adults as well. And just all the families that have come forward and really, really, joined together, and we just love you guys all.
How about on a political front? Anybody you'd like to mention?
Oh, yes. Well, from the beginning, Representative Abruzzo has, of course, been there from the get-go. So we want to shout out a big thank you to him, and Diana Demarest and Senator Nelson. July 1st was our first meeting with him, and he was fantastic. Still is. He's still fighting hard for us. And, there's a lot that have come in. I know Ehrenberg and Rooney's, all the Rooneys are coming in, and just my husband's more on the political side. I'm dealing with all the families and reaching out to them and stuff, but we appreciate all of their help and efforts.
Now, you mentioned WPTV's Tim Malloy. Anybody else? How about some reporters? I understand you had a young lady from the Palm Beach Post that was glued to this story for many months and still is. Would you like to acknowledge her contribution?
Yes, Mitra Malik. I know she gets a lot of flack for some of the articles that she writes, but I know her, and she really does try to report factual information. And, of course, Fred, thank you so much, Queen's Dude. Thank you for going to the meetings, sitting there, filming the entire thing, not cutting a thing out, and putting it on YouTube for the world to see. We appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. Reporting live in front of Jennifer Dunsford's home in the Acreage, this is Fred, Queen's Dude Hadley. I want to thank you very much for this exclusive interview, and I know you're busy on this move-out day. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Thank you.